There's a great scene in an old Woody Allen movie. It has nothing to do with the whole rest of the movie. But Woody Allen's character is standing out in the middle of a field. And all of a sudden, out of the sky, this UFO comes down and lands right in front of him. And the door opens, and these little green men come out. And Woody Allen runs up to them and says, "Thank God you're here. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? Is there a God?" And the little green men say, "These are the wrong questions." And they turn around and they get back on the UFO and they fly away. And Woody Allen runs after him. Wait, what are the right questions? So I tell that story just because, as you know, as most of you know, the word satsang means gathering for the truth, coming together for the truth. And specifically, of course, the kind of the depths of truth, the fundamental truth, the truth of all of this, the truth of existence, the truth of you. And that's a very unique thing to do, to come together for the truth. It's very different from most of life. Because most of human activity, most of what people are about in the world is really all about finding a way to experience something more or different or better. That's what it's all about, everything people are doing. They want to have more money, more success. They want something different. Let's go somewhere different this year. Or they want something better. A better lover, a better job, a better computer, something better. And so there's a huge kind of momentum to that approach, to that orientation in life, to experiencing something more, different, or better. And yet, when it comes to the depths of truth, when it comes to the truth itself, there is no more. There is no different. There is no better. Last time, some of you were here last time, I spoke about a kind of a fundamental quality of reality, of truth, of what is. And it was the quality of oneness. And if you reflect for a moment, you realize there is no possibility if it's all one. Then there's no possibility of more. How can something be oner than one? Right? It's one. There's only one. There's no more, there's no less. Even any experience is equally part of that oneness. Nothing has more oneness to it. There aren't people walking around that are more one than you, or less one than you. And as I spoke about last time, if it's oneness, everything's made of the same substance, the same mysterious stuff. So again, how can there be different? And in the same vein, how can there be better? How can one be better than one? So, this satsang, this when someone becomes involved with the truth, this orientation of more and different and better comes up against this place where it doesn't apply, where it doesn't fit. And yet, lots of people, of course, show up in satsang, especially at first, and sometimes for quite a long time, still holding that orientation, still having that as their question, as their concern. How do I experience more oneness? How do I become more awake? I want to know about the truth, but could it be a little bit different and better than the truth I have now? I hear there's a better truth. I've read about it in books. Could you tell me about that truth? So in a sense, it's, I hold this a little lightly, but in a sense it's like the wrong question. I'd say I hold it lightly because there in satsang there really isn't any wrong question. I promise that if you come up and ask me about something to do with more, different, or better, I promise that I won't get on my spaceship and fly away. We can explore that. We can explore this orientation towards more, different, and better. Because this world of appearance, this place where there is, in a sense, some reality to the concept of more and to the concept of different and the concept of better, is actually part of the truth. It's just the surface. It's just a certain depth of it. And when you go deeper is where you come to this place of no difference. And of course, there's a unique kind of, again, it's what's unique about satsang or any kind of deep place of spiritual inquiry, is that orientation, when it meets this stillness, this oneness, this nothingness, what happens? What happens when you try to experience more of it? For a long time there's like this in-between place where it does fit with your experience, that there are times when you experience more of a sense of oneness. There appears to be a difference when we're in touch with essence. It's sort of like this boundary zone. It's something like where the shore meets the ocean. And the ocean is kind of the ocean, the shore is kind of the shore, but in between there's all these waves crashing. It's a very alive place. So even those kind of questions, those kind of questions are what bring you to satsang. You've kind of worn out the better lover, the different vacation, more money. You've worn some of those, all of those things out, and so underneath this calling is this sense of the depth of the deeper reality. And so you start to be drawn to it, and yet you come with that orientation, with that interest. So that's why I say those questions, the wrong questions are actually welcome here. I may turn the question in a surprising direction. Like, how do I experience more awakeness, more awareness? It might turn the question and say, what's the awakeness that's here right now like? The awareness that's hearing these words. How awake is that? Can the awareness that's hearing these words right now become more awake? Can you hear my words more? If you're already hearing them, how would you hear them more? Right? How would you make that awareness be more awareness? More awakeness. Turns out it's already awake. Like I said last time also, it's really, this boundary zone is really more a place where the question is how much do you recognize the underlying reality? How much do you realize it? It's not how do you have more of it. It's just how much recognition is there. And because it's down here in the boundary zone, because it's right there on the edge of this ocean of oneness that actually extends right through the shore and all the way inland. But because it's in this apparent boundary, there really isn't, it really isn't something you do, this recognition. It's more something that just happens when you're in that boundary. It's something that happens to you. It can happen to you anywhere, anytime. That's one of the mysterious things right now, is that people, this recognition, this realization, this like sudden noticing of what's here, what's already true about awareness, about reality, is happening even to people who have never been to the beach. Have never never read a spiritual book, never gone to any kind of gathering. The only thing you can maybe say is that, going to satsang, going to the beach, maybe increases the odds. But it doesn't. It's a subtle distinction, but I think a worthwhile one to recognize, that the question, coming to satsang, doing the inquiry, meditating, all of that doesn't actually cause the recognition. That's why you can't effort your way into recognition. You can't beat down that ego and have essence, finally appear because you grabbed it by the throat. All you can do is get right in touch with your own experience. All you can do is come right to this place and then wait. They've been using the metaphor a lot that going to the beach doesn't cause a tsunami. But it sure makes it a lot more likely that you'll get swept away by one if it comes. And again, it seems to be part of the way the mystery is happening right now, that even people who live far inland are getting caught in tsunamis. So again, it's taking that impulse, that longing for the truth, that calling to be here in satsang, and possibly just turning it a little bit and saying, what is happening right now? What is moving? What is the experience that you're having? See, I'm turning your question before you even ask it. Because there'll never be a moment where there'll be more oneness, more awareness, more peace, more joy. You're never going to be anywhere where there's more of that, or a better or different form of it. It's always right here. And so since you can't make it happen like a tsunami, though it's okay if there's something like a tsunami happening right now in your awareness, something like a huge opening or expansion. But since you can't make that happen, it's an invitation here to just find out, what is it like right now? What's this? What's it like at the beach right now? How are the waves? Is there really such a thing as a bad day at the beach? Is there really a better day at the beach? It's so sweet when you go to the beach and it's quiet and calm and there's barely a ripple. So wonderful when you go to the beach and there's these huge crashing surf from a distant storm. No such thing as better. Just what's here, just what's now. That's the other. By the way, that's the other reason why in satsang you can't do that more, better, different thing. Because more, better, and different it's always in the future or in the past. You can't. How could you have more of this moment? How could this moment ever be different? It's like it's too late, to make it different. It's always too late to have it be better. So you have to look into the future for something better, or different, or more, or make a comparison to the past when it was different, or more, or better, or less. So right now, there's no more, different, or better to be had. It's just this.